We start with Obama and Biden joining forces again. The former president taped a new ad with his former VP on the importance of Obamacare. CNN's Kevin Liptak is at the White House. Kevin, you broke this story. Tell us about this.
Yeah, and it's always interesting to see how this White House chooses to deploy the former president in their messaging. Obviously, President Obama remains enormously popular among Democrats, and the Affordable Care Act remains a major part of his legacy. So perhaps it was no surprise that the White House is taping this ad in the White House residence, tried to time around the open enrollment period for those Obamacare exchanges. They taped it last week. Let's watch a little bit of it.
Hey, President Biden, is Obamacare still a thing? Is it still a thing?
Yes. Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, Biden Care, whatever you call it, yes, it is still a thing. The other side's been trying to repeal it every year since it's existed, but will keep fighting to protect it.
Not just protect it, but expand it, saving millions of dollars for working families. We're covering more people than ever.
Just go to healthcare.gov to learn more.
Yeah, it's still a BFD.
Yeah, so BFD, obviously a reference to that hot mic expletive that the two leaders exchanged on the day Obamacare was signed. But I think this tells you a couple of things. One, the Biden folks really do think that healthcare will be a big issue in next year's campaign, particularly after former President Trump vowed to repeal the law. And the law is popular. And I think it also tells you that they plan to rely on President Obama as they try and enthuse Democrats heading into next year's election. President Obama still popular within the party, and they are looking for reasons to get Democrats out to vote for issues that they care about, and this is certainly one of them, Dana.
Kevin, thank you so much. Great reporting. Appreciate it. Want to bring in our political panel on this and more. CNN's Casey Hunt, CNN's Daniel Strauss, and Jackie Kucinich from the Boston Globe. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
We obviously all got the Navy memo.
Yeah.
It's a little spooky. Okay. Let's obviously talk about, they want to talk about Obamacare no matter what. But let's go back not that far in time to remind our viewers of Inside Politics why they think it's even more resonant right now. Let's listen to what Donald Trump said recently on the trail.
But Obamacare is a disaster. And I said, we're gonna do something about it. I saved Obamacare when we got John McCain's negative vote. You know, he voted against it after campaigning for many, many years. He said, thumbs down. I'm not attacking it. When we had Obamacare, I fixed it and made it work. But I also made the statement, it will never be any good. It will never be any good. And it is no good.
I mean, that was a gift, too. I mean, my sense is Donald Trump was responding to criticisms from his Republican rivals over his failure to repeal Obamacare, and that's why suddenly this was brought up into the conversation. But it was a gift to Democrats who see the popularity of the law, know how it played last time, and are just, I mean, they haven't had many great breaks lately, but this was a good one for them.
And the Obama of it all. The fact that he is engaging as he is pretty early in the campaign process for Obama. He likes to kind of be more of the closer in a general election. This is what Dick Harpootlian said on Sunday, and I think we caught our eye because it seems very astute. Barack Obama ought to step up. Every Democrat and independent who cherishes the democracy that we've gotten to know, and if they want to stop it from unraveling, better step up with checkbooks and every waking moment to try to motivate people to vote.
It's a curious contrast from 2022 and that cycle where Obama and his team looked to use him very tactically and did not distribute him across the country as much as one would expect. But right now he's being rolled out early. And let's also remember something important about the Obamacare. It's the phrase Obamacare. It is his legacy. That's something that was cemented. Originally, it was a derogatory term that Republicans were trying to push, and then Democrats embraced it. And the Biden administration hasn't had that sort of fortune with Bidenomics. It just is not, it's not in the conversation the same way. It is not associated with benefits and entitlements that really get Democrats energized the way Obamacare does. Now, there's a large portion of young Democratic voters who don't really remember the fights of Obamacare, and now I'm feeling old. Dana.
Well, yeah, I'm about to make you feel even older because I'm glad you brought that up. Let's look back, or let's look sort of just generally at the way young voters voted. In 2008, 2012, they voted for Obama in a big way. Now let's look at how old those voters are. Those young voters, Daniel. Yes,
that's me.
He's crying.
I'm in that age bracket.
The tears of getting older. They're not. I mean, they're young, but they're not the youngest voters anymore. So the question.
We're middle-aged voters.
Yes. The question is whether or not Obama has the same magic with quote-unquote young voters, or is it just the voters who were young at the time who are now 30 to 44?
Well, Democrats do need that set of voters to come out, but there is a health care issue that has been motivating voters, and that's abortion. And so we know that health care in both in the Obamacare and taking away abortion rights in many states have gotten voters to the polls. So Democrats, you can totally understand why they're harping on this. Whether Obama will be the spokesperson, he does motivate black voters. He motivates, a certain sector of the I like to call them young voters, even though,
let's stick with that.
I'm right, well, we'll stick with it, the elder millennial of the bunch. So, will that, I don't know that any one person will get someone to the polls, but it can't hurt.
Young voters, just not the youngest.
Yes.
voters.
Yes.